leaning back with his hands on his head, and he fell over backwards in his chair. And so, yeah, and then...
Ass over tea kettle.
Yeah. And, I don't know, we just started talking from there, and then I guess I had a fake ID and he didn't, and so I used to, well, I know I had a fake ID, but apparently he was bummed because he would hear that I would be out and he couldn't go out with me, and
oh, that's
so
cute.
I didn't know that he liked me back, so.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was that same class, and I remember, seeing Mom and her, because she would come from lifeguarding.
I was the only girl in the class.
Were you?
Yes, I was the only girl in the class.
He didn't even notice there was no other girls.
What?
He didn't even notice there was no other girls, it was all you.
I only had eyes for you. I don't remember you being the only girl.
I was the only girl.
I remember the lifeguard, like you're like running, you coming in from lifeguarding and having your lifeguarding stuff off.
Off?
I mean, sorry, on. Whoa. Anywho. And I do remember, like, when I finally sat next to you and we were talking.
And you fell.
Yeah, I do remember that. And then you had that dog, Black Lab, I forget what its name was. Jack. And I remember, like, at the little cafeteria place, like, really talking to you about Jack and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. That was, like, right, I think the next day, maybe after I fell over. And I was bummed a lot because, yeah, everybody would be like, oh, yeah, Jill's going out here. And I was just like, I couldn't go. Because I was like, I think, what were we, 19? 20?
20.
20. So I hadn't turned 21 yet, and Mom could get in, and the only place I remember was Humpty's that I could get into, because, remember this? Because
that guy worked at the door.
Yeah, the bouncer was a friend of mine from Dodge Ridge who was like a pre-ski rep. Like, pre was the name of the skis, and I worked with him.
Oh, right. What was his name?
Ward Collins. I still talk to him. And he would let me in, even though I didn't have an ID. So he'd be like, yeah, I'd show him anything and be like, oh yeah, you're all good, come on in. So that was the only place that I could get in and hang out with you. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. You talked about lifeguarding. Did you guys have any, like, other jobs in college? I know Dad had obviously a different job, but...
I lifeguarded, and then I also nannied for a family in the summers in Tahoe. And then I waited tables too, towards the end. Yeah, so.
In college, I worked as a valet, parking cars in Belmont. At a hotel, and then I did front desk work, like checking people in and out. And then I became
What'd you do when you were at Columbia College?
I worked at the ski area. I was working at Dodge at that point. And I did one summer. I worked in this backcountry store out in the middle of nowhere in California. I did that, but in Tahoe, I worked at the Calneva, doing front desk, valet, Belmont.
You used to make a lot of tip money when you were the valet. Remember that?
I used to make a lot of tip money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have, like, a favorite moment from college? A favorite memory?
I think that New Year's, well, it shouldn't involve partying.
No, it's fine. Like,
okay.
I don't have to write about it.
Do you remember that New Year's where we tried to go out and it was lame, and it was me, you, and Corey and Emily, and we were like, well, let's just go to Pammy's. And they had, like, this cheesy band. There was only, like, 10 people there, and we, like, danced, like, all night. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Okay, what about...
Kinda. I do. I kind of do. I remember them being up there for that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, not, like, if it's okay to, like, not one specific memory, but, like, our last year in Incline at Sierra Nevada, we all lived in this house, and it's just, like, the memories from that house are like the ultimate college, like it was just like the best house, you know, like couches on the deck and just like, and it was fun, and everyone that lived there and went to college together, everyone has gone on to have successful, productive lives, and we kind of still keep in touch with everyone. But it was like this time period of life that you know is you're never gonna repeat that. Like you never get to like do this again. And I mean, we would just have like different like themes all the time, like the sledding, the extreme sledding off the back of the roof and skiing off the roof, and then we would have like workshop days where we would like clean the whole place because it would be so gross, and so we would spend all day like. And then one of our roommates tried to turn the basement into like a hangout zone. This is Jeff Pansero that owns Bald Face Lodge. Like, he was the big pusher of workshop days.
He was all about workshop.
He would like schedule it like this workshop day. And so he put all these couches. It was kind of like a dirt floor basement.
Yeah, but he built it out like a platform.
Oh, right.
And
he tried to make it like ski tuning and like music and stuff. And it flooded.
From the runoff.
Yeah.
From the snow.
When the snow melted, the whole thing flooded, so
Yeah.
he was bummed. But I would say, like, we just had so many funny things in that house. Like, our one roommate didn't have four-wheel drive, so he would drive reverse all the way home, like, up through the neighborhood, and you could hear him coming.
Because if he drove it in reverse, it was front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Right? So he would
So he'd just go, and, like, drive all the way up from the highway. It was so big of that little Peugeot. Yeah.
You know, but then he was also the guy that was like a ski coach at Kirkwood. So he used to drive from Incline to Kirkwood every day. It was like an hour and a half to go like coach skiing. And half the time he would bring Chinook with him. Mm-hmm. And Chinook would literally just run around Kirkwood, like, with him. He would, like, chase him up the chairlift and, like, run around. Like, Johan was able to, like...
That was before they were so strict about dogs everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Johan took him, and he would, like, Johan would just... And Chinook would just go hang out with Johan all day. Mm-hmm. And,
didn't he end up marrying Peekaboo Street?
Yeah, he married Peekaboo Street, the pro, like, world-famous ski racer, because she was on the women's team, and he ended up, like, coaching or helping coach the women's team.
No, he was the
tech.
He was the tech for the U.S. women's team. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
So, yeah, and then, we had, that winter, the winter we lived there, we had a ton of snow. Mm-hmm. It nuked. I mean, it was, like, that house was buried. So, yeah, we used to have, like...
Bro.
It was rad. We used to sled off the roof and, like... we had this, you could ski off the roof and then jump and land on the bank of the driveway. But it was like, it wasn't very high. It was like a 10-foot, like, it felt high sometimes, but you could literally, like, we'd make this track and you could ski off and land perfect into a tranny, into the driveway. It was...
And we had one of those old video cameras that was like here, and like I would stand out in the driveway and film them, like jumping off the roof.
Totally.
And then we would go inside and watch it on the VCR.
It was rad. Super cool.
It was before Instagram and phones and
then we had remember in the summertime when we had the couches out on the deck, and we'd hang up all those like. We had a
shooting range in the
out in the forest, so we'd hang cans and all these
and like,
milk jugs with water because we
tried to empty them.
We were pretty smart because you figured if you just set the cans and you shot, and you had to go set it back up. Mm-hmm. But when you hung them, they would stay there, and you didn't have to go set them back up.
We were smart.
Super smart. That was
we
a big
were really
deal.
Smart.
Yeah, that was. And then we also had a boat that summer too. My dad's boat that worked like 4 nights, right? So we were able to go out on Lake Tahoe on that a few times.
That was really fun.
So I smashed my finger. Yeah. Remember that? That was rough.
Yeah.
That would be really cool if you guys could find those tapes of you guys skiing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know where
so
those
funny.
things would be.
It was Jeff Pansero that had the camera because he was like the one kid with all the money.
That's true. Yeah.
How long did you guys date before you got engaged?
We started dating like in October and we got engaged in July, so on my birthday. Like 9 months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It worked out.
We're okay.
Yeah.
Stuck with it.
Yeah. How long did you guys live in Tahoe after you got engaged?
We were there after we got engaged. We were there another 6 years, 5 years. So we were 6 years. We were in Tahoe for 7.
Well, we moved here and we got
2000.
In 2000, so 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
5 years.
Like, what jobs did you guys, like, do to kind of, like, build up to where you are now? Like, what jobs did you have building up?
I don't think I really qualify for that, but I would say that I've always kind of worked to supplement our family. We always tried, we never wanted to put our kids in daycare. That was something that Dad and I
talked about early on,
like when Jake was born. And so,
it was a big deal.
Yeah. And so when Dad would work during the day, and so I would always work at night, or I would work, like when we were in South Lake, I worked at like the kids' ski school at the daycare so that I could bring Jake with me. And the same thing up at Stevens. So
yeah, I mean, we did that through all of you guys until Anna, probably even through Anna. I mean, where I would work during the day, Mom would work.
Well, Anna went to daycare once and she headbutted the lady.
That's right. Yeah, she got kicked out. Jobs? I don't know. I mean, I started working in the ski industry when I was young. So I was like, that was one of my first like real jobs, like where I had paid taxes, like when I was like 14 and a half, 15 with a work permit was like the first time. Every other job I'd had before that was golf courses, and I got paid just kind of like under the table. So.
Well, when we first, just after college, when Jake was a baby, before Jake was born, we both worked at Grand Lebacken, which is like this tiny little, like,
conference center.
Actually German conference center / ski area / Nordic. They had like a bunch of stuff, which is really ironic that we live in Leavenworth now. But Dad was working at the front desk because he had worked at the front desk at the Calneva, so he got that job. And I was working in the restaurant there. And Dad had overheard the owner saying that the person that managed this little ski area there was leaving, and Dad was like, "This is my chance. Like, I've got to try to get this job." And you were 21, 22, and the owner was like this big old gruff German guy, not nice at all.
Total asshole.
Total asshole.
Hated him.
And I was like, "You can do it. You can do it. Go like talk to him." And so you met with him, and he was like, I don't know. And Dad was like, "Well, this is what I have my degree in, and, like, give me a chance." And he's like, "Well, I want to see what classes you've taken." So I remember you went and got the, before the internet, you'd have, like, a handbook for your major, and it would list all your classes and all the descriptions of your classes. And I remember do you remember this?
No, I don't remember that
I
part.
remember this, and you took it to him, and you had to show him which classes you took.
Oh, I do kind of know.
Yeah. And he was like, maybe you don't remember, but, like, I was so impressed by that, because, like, I would never do that. I'm too shy. And so and he was like, "Okay, you can do it. I'll give you the chance." And we were so excited because he was going to pay Dad $8.50 an hour. And we were like, "Oh my God."
That was
like,
big time.
Money.
Yeah.
Like, that was huge.